Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing good. As for me, I am doing fantastic. My name is Nati and I welcome you to Manchi Teaches You / Manchi Teacher Hub. Those who are joining us for the first time, welcome. Take a seat wherever you want to sit. Feel free to ask questions if you don't understand. And those are always joining me, guys, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you very much. I can see we are growing in numbers. And also those who don't know, guys, I do see very revamp. It comes with the cover letter, is 50 rand. I also do one-on-one tutoring, which is 200, and I can assist with an assignment, which is 150. So if you want me to assist with any of those three which I mentioned, please go in the comment section and put it there, and I'm your girl to assist you. Okay, so without wasting much of your time, guys, today we're going to do communication N5 2022 November. Yes, so let's get into it. I always say, guys, read instructions. We all know that question paper 2, it's 100 marks. Okay, 100 marks. So guys, take note of the instruction. Read instruction thoroughly to understand. So section A, it's about organizational communication, question 1. So they've given you a scenario and then you answer what questions. Let's read the scenario. Sipiwo Twala works as a project coordinator for Masoka Engineering. His land manager, Mr. Mark, is the manager of the construction and housing department. There are 2 other departments headed by male managers. Masoka Engineering is predominantly in male-dominated environment. Felicia works in the administration section and has only been with the company for 5 months. She has recently laid a charge of sexual harassment against Sipiwo, claiming that he had used inappropriate, suggestive, provocative language while communicating with her. The company policy is very clear and Sipiwo had to go through a negotiation process. The company tried to have the conflicting parties meet face-to-face to reach an amicable solution. However, Sipiwo was upset and claimed that his behavior was not different from any other colleague. According to him, Felicia was exaggerating and the allegations had nothing to do with his behavior, but was rather a result of an ongoing conflict between him and Felicia based on workplace hierarchy and career advancement. First question. The company has a strong authoritarian leadership style. So guys, know the kind of leadership style, not the differences. So here they said the company has a strong authoritarian leadership style. Explain this leadership style in 3 sentences. 3. Number 1. The leader makes choice based on his judgment and rarely accepts advice from followers. Number 2, the leader demands that all tasks must be completed at all costs. Number 3, the leader is usually not a good listener and does not show empathy for the group. Okay, then 1.2, in order to resolve the conflict between Sipiwo and Felicia, the company policy suggests that Sipiwo partake in negotiation. When negotiation fails, it is normal to go into mediation. What is mediation? What is mediation? Mediation involves using a mediator to help resolve a dispute and both parties feel as if they have won. Win-win situation. That's the meaning of mediation. 1.3. Sipiwo disagreed with the process of negotiation. What were his reasons? Quote 2 reasons from the scenario. Number 1, Felicia was exaggerating. Number 2, the allegations had nothing to do with his behavior, but was a result of an ongoing conflict between him and Felicia, which was based on workplace hierarchy and career advancement. Then we go to number 1.4. Define. Sipiwo refers to a hierarchy. Define the term hierarchy. Hierarchy is the steps of authority within an organization. My advice here, you can write it in your own words so that you can make a person who's marking, they will understand that no, this person knows what he or she is writing. So you can put it in your own words, okay? Then we go to 1.5. During this period, many rumors were being spread at the company. Give 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages of grapevine. Remember, grapevine is more like a gossip. It's a gossip actually. So, number 1, for advantages, the grapevine flourishes when an organization is entering a period of change. Number 2, it is quicker than formal communication. Number 3, it can warn management of problems at grassroots level. I gave you 3, but you're supposed to write only 2. Then they say 2 disadvantages. 2 disadvantages, it can reduce staff morale, number 1. Number 2, it wastes time. Number 3, it is not reliable. It is not reliable. So you only write 2, okay? Then we go to 1.6. List 4 internal communication media used within an organization. We have meeting, number 1. Number 2, notice on notice board. Number 3, report. Number 4, memo. Number 5, face-to-face. Number 6, email. Number 7, SMS. Number 8, WhatsApp. So you can write only 4 from there. Then 1.7, tabulate the difference between vertical communication, horizontal communication, and diagonal communication, and give 1 example each. So here we're going to do a table which has 4 columns. 4 columns. Then 2 rows. Okay? Which means the first column, it will be definition. The second row, the first row is going to be a definition. Then the second row is going to be example. So on top, after the definition, the second column, you're going to write vertical communication. Then you start writing your difference there. With vertical communication, this communication takes place up and down the structure at different levels where information is passed directly from management to employees and vice versa. And the example, a manager giving instruction to a subordinate. Okay, that is a vertical. Then the following column, it will be horizontal communication. This communication takes place between people on the same level within the organization. Then an example, a sales manager communicating with the production manager about the launch of product. Then we go to diagonal communication. That's the 4th row, the 4th column. This communication takes place when information goes around or across the vertical and horizontal lines of communication. For example, the public relations manager who is responsible for the in-house journal asking someone in the legal department to proofread an article dealing with tax structures. Those are your differences in a table. 1.8, which 2 aspects of work ethics did SIPO contravene? Explain the answer, which means whenever you put 1, your answer, the first one, you have to explain it. So number 1 is professionalism. And then the explanation, professionalism in the workplace creates boundaries between what is appropriate office behavior and what is not. Sipho was not professional in the way he communicated with Felicia. Then the second one, consideration. Consideration means having respect for yourself and others. It includes considering other people's privacy, physical space, and belongings and respect for their different opinions, beliefs, and personality. CPO did not respect Felicia in the way he interacted with her. Those are work ethics. Then we are done with section A, which is 30 marks. We are going to section B, formulation of aims, goals, and objectives in planning. Question 2, choose an item from column B that matches a step in column A. Write only the letter A to G next to the question number. You're not supposed to copy everything. You're just going to say 2.1.1 and then you put your answer A or B or C there. So, column A, identify the problem. Your answer is A, which is Felicia works in the city. Her family lives on the West Coast and she wants to be able to spend weekends with them. Number 2, formulate the problem. Your answer is G. Public transport is unreliable, so she needs a car to get to her family. A car costs a lot of money, so she will first have to save for the deposit from her salary and then pay off. Then number 3, determine the possible results. Number F, your answer is F. She lives a happily family life. Then number 4, determine the time available. Your answer is E. She wants to save 2,000 each month. At the end of the 7th month, she wants to have 14,000. Number 5, note the relevant factors. It's C. There will be months when it will be difficult to save the money, as there are medical bills to pay. It will mean having to go without any luxuries this year. Number 6, which is plan actions. Your answer there is D. She must open a special savings account at the bank and create a debit order of 2,000 from her salary to go into that account on the first month of each month. She should imagine that her salary is actually 2,000 less than it is and budget according to that. Number 7, set a time limit. Your answer is B. It is now April. She wants to have a car by the end of what? Of the year. So that's it for your 2.1. We go to 2.2. Indicate whether of each statements are exemplary of aims or objectives by writing next to the answer next to the question number. Here you have to write only the answers. So you can write it's either aims or it's objectives. So the first one says 2.2.1, one day I shall own my business. That's an aim. The second one, number 2, this week CPO wants to complete a grievance form and hand it in at the Human Resource Department. That's an objective. Number 3, it is Felicia's dream to be rich. That's an aim. Number 4, at the end of June 2022, Felicia will complete her degree in business administrative. That's an objective. Number 5, Felicia wants to buy a car one day. That's an aim. Felicia wants to save 2,000 of her salary every month so that after 8 months, she will have enough money for deposit a small second-hand car. That's an objective. So all in all, it's 20, section B. Section A, it was 30. Section B is 20, which now is 50. So let's go to number C. Social and media communication and advertising. Question 3. Complete the following table by writing only the answer next to the question number. Example, we have column A, column B, column C, column D. Statement: mass media, main category of mass media, 2 disadvantages. Example: did you see the terrible plane crash in India on the news last night? That one's a statement. It's a statement, right? So, which media did they use? Mass media, they used what? Television. Main category of mass media is what? Audiovisual media. 2 disadvantages. Television is not accessible to everyone because it is expensive. Television promotes illiteracy. It's an example how you must do it. Then let's go to 3.1.1. Statement: my sister had such a good program about career guidance on radio 2000 yesterday morning, but unfortunately I was at the college. Which mass media? It's a radio. Main category of mass media, audio media. Then the disadvantages: a person can A person can lose focus easily. The second one, reading ability can be jeopardized as some audiences start to rely more on the oral input. Then we go to 3.1.2 statement. I love browsing through Drum magazine when I'm relaxing. Number 2, mass media. Which mass media was used? It's what? It's magazine. Main category of mass media is a print medium. Then 2 advantages. Readers are selective. Then the second one, the shelf life is short. The shelf life is short. Then we go to 3.1.3 statement. When I was traveling home by train, I saw the advertisement for KFC on a billboard next to the line and I felt so hungry. Which mass media used a billboard? The category of mass media, outdoor media. The disadvantages, it was a negative aesthetic effect on the environment. And the second one, the message is conveyed to the passers-by within a very short span. Then we go to 3.1.4 statement. If we want to go on a picnic tomorrow, I'll just have to look up the weather forecast in the newspaper before starting with the arrangements. Which mass media was used? Newspaper. Category of mass media, print media. Then the disadvantage, it usually serves a particular geographical community. The second one, newspaper are being replaced by electronic media, which is more accessible. Then we are done with this one. We go to 3.2. Identify the function of mass media in each of the following case. So you're going to write only answers. 3.2.1. On Bay TV, I saw an advertisement for really cool shoes at Edgar's. That is advertisement. Number 2, the Sunday Times prints the stock exchange prices every day. This is very useful because I can see how my investments are doing. That is render a service. Number 3, the newspaper are full of the latest corruption scandals in the Department of Foreign Affairs. That is act as a moral watchdog. Number 4, I love the SpongeBob cartoon in the Sunday Times, don't you? Your answer there is entertain. Number 5, the weekend newspaper had a very good article on how to choose a career. Your answer there is educate. Then number 6, my American friend enjoys the local Xhosa program on Thursday evenings. Your answer there is promote culture. So that's it for section C, which is 30. Then we go to section D. You have to read this. Section D is about multicultural communication in the business world. You have to read this. You work for a clothing manufacturing company called Ebony Clothing. You are the personal assistant to the manager, Mr. Mike Smith. The company is expanding and has taken in a number of new employees as management and staff. They are drawn from the Indian, brown, and black communities. In collaboration with the training department, you are responsible for organizing a workshop on multicultural communication skills. You recently attended a workshop which was held in Polokwane Garden Court Hotel. These were your observations. There were 20 women and 8 men ranging from 18 to 40 years. Only English was used at the workshop, although only the Indians were English speaking. The workshop presenter was Prof. Majri Bengu from the Department of Communication at the University of Fort Hare. He is an expert in his subject, but unfortunately used a lot of jargon that was difficult to follow. He was 40 minutes late for the workshop and people started to get impatient. As said for the black people, they did not seem to mind. You overheard an Indian saying to his friend, "Oh, black people are always late." The workshop took place on Friday, so at midday there was a bit of a problem because 4 of the men disappeared to go to the mosque. The others wondered, the others wondered, where was I? Okay, the others wondered why they were not given the lunch for the lunch hour of 2. The others wondered why they were not given the lunch hour of 2. So let's read the questions. Identify 4 subcultures in the scenario and give one example of each from the scenario. How many 4 subcultures? We have gender. It's the example is women and men, and then we have age. The example is 18 young and to 40 years, which is middle age. We have ethnicity. The example is Indian, brown, black. We have religion. Your example is Muslim attendees who went to the mosque. We have education. Your example is Professor Bengu is highly qualified and it shows in his use of jargon. So you write only 4. Which one of the subculture in the scenario created an intercultural communication problem? Religion. The non-Muslim felt that they were being denied a privilege. Then 4.3, name one oral communication barrier present in the scenario. Use of jargon that people do not understand. Professor was using jargon. And you know jargon, not everyone understands jargon. Then we go to 4.4. Give one term for each of the following description by writing it next to the question number. 4.4.1. Availability of a translator not guaranteeing the reception of an undistorted or an unchanged message. That's a language. Your answer is language. 4.4.2. Rights, privileges, prestige, power of a person or a group in the comparison with those of others within a social media structure. Your answer there is power. Your answer there is power. Sorry about that. Sorry. So where was I? I was in 4.4.2. Rights, privileges, prestige, power of a person or a group in the comparison with those of others within a social structure. Your answer there is power. Then 4.4.3, different cultural groups attaching different meanings to the way in which hands, eyes, fingers, etc. are positioned and used during communication. Your answer there is body language. Then 4.4.4, upholding of personal space by members of the Western culture. Your answer there is proximity. Then the idea that Black people see something as a cheap and inexhaustible resource, while the Western culture views it as a valued commodity and regards it as money. Your answer there is time. Time is very important, guys. Hey, English. But that's it for today. Your total is 100. So if you have any questions, please don't be afraid to go on the comment section. I'll be so much happy to assist you. Okay. So from me to you, see you next time. Thank you for joining me. So good luck. Bye.